I don't usually do reviews, but after spending a solid hour playing Satisfactory, I feel like I need to warn others. Satisfactory is a first-person shooter from Coffee Brain Studios that started out as an early access game and finally released on PC a full 15 years later, and boy, it shows. This game is, without a doubt, one of the most boring, frustrating, and downright pointless games I've ever had the misfortune to waste my time on. If you're into modern, exciting games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, or even Elden Ring, you're going to be sorely disappointed. But let me explain exactly why Satisfactory is a complete and utter failure in every way. Let's talk about the graphics. People online keep praising Satisfactory for its visuals, but I honestly don't see it. Everything looks bland and repetitive. The factories you build all look the same, and the landscape is nothing special. It looks like something that could have come out 20 years ago. And don't tell me it's an indie game, lower your expectations. I've played Immortals Phoenix Rising, I've played Deathloop, both indie games with amazing art styles and graphical polish. Satisfactory doesn't even try to be creative or visually appealing, it's just dull. And speaking of being dull, let's address the elephant in the room, the gameplay. I've already touched on this, but I feel like it needs to be emphasized. Satisfactory is a factory building FPS. That means 95% of the time you're just standing around waiting for machines to do things. Does that sound fun to you? You're locked into this rigid, boring gameplay loop, where you just build more and more machines. There's no creativity, no flexibility. I thought it was going to be more like The Martian, when it at first had me running around gathering biomass to refine into energy, kind of like Matt Damon's fart potatoes. Meanwhile, in Starfield, I'm flying spaceships, exploring planets, and engaging in epic space dogfights. Why would I waste my time building some dumb factory when I could be the hero of the galaxy? It's like comparing a Ferrari to a shopping cart. One is sleek, fast, and full of action, while the other is slow, clunky, and makes you do all the heavy lifting. And don't even get me started on the so-called open world aspect of the game. People love to talk about how the world in Satisfactory is so big and full of possibilities. But you know what it's actually full of? Nothing. Literally nothing. The entire world is just a barren wasteland with a few plants and animals scattered around. The fanboys will tell you, but it's about efficiency and optimization. Sure, but let me tell you something. Real games don't make you feel like you're at work. In Satisfactory, you're just managing production lines and solving logistical problems. I don't know about you, but I play games to have fun, not to feel like I'm clocking in for a 9-to-5 shift. It's like the developers forgot that games are supposed to be entertaining. I could be playing something exciting, like EVE Online, where the action is fast-paced and the gameplay is constantly changing. But instead, Satisfactory gives you this slow, plodding experience that feels more like an Excel spreadsheet than a video game. Multiplayer is practically non-existent. There's no matchmaking system, and you can't join public lobbies. You are forced to play alone unless you have friends who own the game, which is unlikely given how poorly this game is doing. And the worst part, the game never ends. Yeah, you heard me. There's no clear goal, no final boss, no epic conclusion. You just keep building and building forever, like some sort of capitalist hamster trapped in an endless wheel of productivity. In Starfield, I'm working toward epic missions and uncovering mysteries. In Satisfactory, I'm working toward more machines, more conveyor belts. The only thing worse than the gameplay loop is the fact that it doesn't have an actual loop. It's just a straight line of conveyor belt monotony that never goes anywhere. In conclusion, Satisfactory is an overrated, underwhelming mess of a game. It's boring, it's repetitive, and it has absolutely no redeeming qualities. The only people who seem to like it are those who are obsessed with spreadsheets and watching numbers go up. Compared to Starfield, where you're soaring through galaxies and living your best space hero life, Satisfactory is the gaming equivalent of being forced to fold laundry while everyone else is dancing on the washing machine. Rating 2 out of 10, but only because they added the chainsaw from Call of Duty.